Hi, I'm Ahuva Gamliel, and this is the Why We're Still Single, aka the Get a Clue workshop. Today I'm coming to you with hint or clue number 6. And of all of the clues so far, this one is by far the most important clue of them all, so pay careful attention. Several years ago, I dated somebody who my parents and family loved. He was very charismatic, a handsome person. We had a lot in common, similar backgrounds, and everybody told me that if I didn't marry him, I'd be crazy because I'd never find such a good catch. Well, it turns out that for some reason, I had a gut feeling that this person was not for me. I couldn't pinpoint it for any specific reason. But there were certain warning signs or red flags that I saw along the way. For example, he told me that after he broke up with his previous girlfriend, that he went to her parents with certain information, and the parents of the woman disowned her. So that seemed like a pretty spiteful and like an act of vengeance and kind of violence even. But I didn't really think anything of it because I was very naive, and I thought, well, that doesn't apply to me because I didn't do those things and my parents would never disown me. And so that situation, I couldn't really see how that really affected me. But I did notice other things. I noticed that I didn't like the way that he treated other people. This was anything between service people like waiters or waitresses to strangers on an airplane. I felt like he had this attitude of entitlement, and it really kind of embarrassed me when it came out. So I kind of just suppressed my inner voice that kept telling me that this wasn't for me. And I was with him for almost a year, and I felt very suffocated in the relationship and very unhappy. But I felt stuck because everybody was telling me how wonderful he was, but meanwhile inside I felt like something was wrong. So one year on Rosh Hashanah, he went to his family and I stayed behind, and I went to the synagogue, and between services I wept and wept and wept, and I cried to Hashem that he should please get me out of this situation. I didn't know what to do, and I just wanted to like surrender my will to Hashem, that he should make whatever needs to happen happen. And I ended up breaking up with him, and this person ended up changing the password on my email account, breaking into my email account because he did not have my password. So he broke into my email account, he changed the password, he caused all kinds of havoc basically in my life. I had to get a restraining order against him, and it was a very uncomfortable situation, and it all could have been avoided had I listened to my intuition. So number 6 for the boys and girls out there that are listening is listen to your intuition. Do not ignore the red flags or the warning signs. You might rationalize somehow, some way that it won't happen to you, or you might give the person some kind of excuses for their behavior. But God gave you an inner voice for a reason, and you should listen to it. So a lot of problems could be avoided if people learned how to listen to their inner voice. Because I didn't have a rational reason not to be with this person, but something inside me knew that it wasn't right for me. So please, if you take any of my tips or clues to heart, please, please, please take this one to heart, because not listening to your intuition, your inner voice, ignoring the red flags, ignoring the warning signs, has the most potentially detrimental and devastating consequences. So that's your tip for today, and do share them with your friends. Thank you. Bye-bye.